We make the strings
louder.
Alright, what's up guys? So it is a couple days before we have to leave for SEMA. I'd say 5, 6, 7 days before we have to leave to SEMA. And I've been, haven't really known what to actually do. It feels weird. I feel like everybody's scrambling around like Beast for Builds, doing all this crazy stuff. TJ Hunt's building like 6 freaking cars. Adam LZ's in freaking Australia not doing anything. And it just feels weird. Like, so if you guys didn't know, the Supra is going to SEMA. It is going to be in the Koenig Wheels booth, and I don't know what to do to it. Like it was one of those things where there's a couple of rock chips in the front bumper, there's a couple little rock chips in the hood, and a couple little things like that around the car. And it was like if I started doing that, I was gonna like almost repaint the whole car, you know, in that aspect, because there's like a little chip in the front fender from the bumper kind of rubbing on it, some rock chips in the front, the hood. And then in the back, there's one little thing on the top of the hatch that's kind of weird, basically where we peeled some tape and it kind of peeled off around the edge. So it was just a really slippery slope. So I've been holding back from that so I don't actually try and repaint this thing like the night before SEMA, which, you know, I'm not, that's silly. I wouldn't try doing that. But the week before SEMA, that's probably what I would be doing. So this past week has been kind of weird. I haven't really known what to do. And if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I don't really do anything until I have to. So we're kind of procrastinating a little bit. So if you guys see right there, those are some Koenig wheels. Those are the new wheels that are actually going to be on the car at SEMA, and they are 18. So I'm not sure. Scott, the guy over there, he told me not to kind of post pictures and stuff of them. I've already put them on the car, and they do look really good. I'm super excited about the look, and it's going to lower it down quite a bit because it does look like a monster truck right now. So part one of getting it ready for SEMA, the things that I need to do: I need to put a seat in it, I need to put a shift knob, I need to replace a couple interior pieces that I've been kind of slacking on, and we need to swap the wheels and lower it down. And then lastly, the main thing is basically buffing and polishing it. So something about this clear coat has to be like probably like the softest clear coat I've ever dealt with. And maybe it's just because it's on a black car, but as soon as you start messing with, these aren't rock chips by the way, I was sanding the hood to my Saab. And yeah, so a couple little rock chips down here, little things like that around the edges. There's like a little chip right here that you can't see because it, you know, so actually there you can, so you can see that. But we're gonna polish this thing up, and first stage of that is we actually need to wash it. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this thing in. Actually, not pull it in, we're gonna pull it over here, and we might do some pop pop bang bang for you guys. Technically not warm enough to actually do the two-step right now, so we're gonna let it warm up for a minute. I'm gonna go head over here to my my little pressure washing setup. See, I've already been pressure washing random things today, and use this thing. So if you guys aren't familiar, I did get this whole setup from Obsessed Garage. So with this, we have the electric pressure washer on the wall, we have the 100-foot hose reel, and we have the spotless water system right here with valves. So basically I don't have to go around and actually like completely wipe off the car or have to deal with a bunch of water spots. So that's gonna make this process really nice. So we're gonna get started on that. I did get a new camera and a microphone and all that other stuff. So if you guys can tell, let me know. It's probably doing a bunch of funky stuff that I don't know what it's doing, and I don't know how to tell it to not to, but we're giving it a try. But I'm gonna pull this guy in and maybe dry it off a little bit and then start buffing something. We'll see. All right, so we got this thing pulled in and all cleaned up. Basically just wiping off all the water and stuff. So I did do a quick little clay bar thing. It's like one of them speed clay mitts because I couldn't find any clay locally. Normally I have this really nice, it's like blue Clay Magic stuff that I get off Amazon. Well, they used to have it at DNS and then they quit selling it on there. They didn't restock it, but it's on Amazon. So kind of been playing with a little bit of stuff right here on this quarter panel, doing some tests. And you can see we got a Roops buffer. So this is actually Brandon's, the neighbor's. So I borrowed that from him, and I got some new pads and some new little compound stuff to start messing with that. And when Astro, they sent out some tools, this is actually a 1-inch denibber thing. So basically this whole tip just kind of oscillates and kind of gives her like the little pigtail, like little bitty tiny, it's like a little tiny pigtail, and it just sits there and vibrates. So it's pretty cool because that's just 1 inch, and you could kind of stick that up underneath stuff and do the edges and stuff real nice. So there was a couple little scratches right here. I'm wondering if it'll pick it up. So you can see how right now that it's kind of dull. So that's because I was using the blue pad, which is a little bit more of the coarse one with the actual rubbing compound. And then to get rid of that haze, I'm gonna go back over it with the yellow pad and the yellow bottle of like the Roops compound. So first time really using one of those. It's basically a DA polisher, so it just kind of oscillates. Normally I have my freaking old trusty DeWalt, the one that just freaking slings stuff everywhere. And I mean, it does a good job, but I think you're able to control these a little bit more and kind of go a little bit slower. And since this thing's already really nice, we just kind of need to polish out a couple little things. I also have a blue microfiber pad, or a blue wool pad for that too, just in case there's some deep swirls or something that we need to actually compound out. We'll be able to take care of that with the Roops too. You could see like all the freaking swirls in it right now from doing a bunch of stuff. So black paint is probably the easiest color to paint. It's the hardest color. And you can see this, how nice that looks. How super deep, and you could actually see that the actual metallic and stuff in the black. So everybody thinks that black is the hardest color to paint. It's the easiest color to paint. It's the hardest color to make look good because it's like a magnifying glass for like all your body work and your buffing abilities, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna get this thing plugged in, but I'm gonna go ahead and compound this with just that wool pad, see if we could get out that crap right there, and then basically go through all the stages and then make this bumper pretty nice and kind of go around the edges. And then we're, I don't think I told you guys, but we're actually gonna ceramic coat this whole thing, and I'm gonna do it myself. So that's my SEMA prep, is ceramic coating. And buffing the Supra and doing a bunch of little stuff.
All right, hold on, everybody. Hold you guys. 10 seconds.
Hey guys, so we did ceramic coat this front piece right here. So now that I've kind of went through the whole process with you guys, showing you, you know, kind of buffing it, polishing it, finish fine polishing it, and then hitting it with the ceramic coat. now we're gonna move on to the rest of the car. It's not gonna be super glamorous. We might have a bunch of little shots. And I thought it was Thursday, so I was actually gonna start working on it, but it's actually Tuesday. So that means that I have a couple more days. So maybe we'll put this off for a couple days, but no, really, we actually need to get started on this thing and quit messing around. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull off the front bumper, the headlights out of it, and then pull the side skirts off, get those out of here, and then maybe even just put it up on jack stands or something. I don't know. Just so it's like the wheels are out of the way, I could clean up under the wheel wells, make it all nice. I think we're gonna have to get back here to take some stuff off anyhow. So, got a lot of work, but it's crazy how good that looks. Like, look at all that pearls and stuff. So, yep, commence hours of buffing. All right guys, so I got pretty much the whole car compounded. Kind of did a mow down pass on it where I used a little bit more compound and kind of ran across it real quick. And then what I would do is kind of clean off the pad, and then you could kind of see it, like if there was like a little scratch or something there, you could basically see it kind of going away, like, all right, she's gone. And then you wipe the panel and you're like, all right, she looks good. So if you look right here, you can see it just looks really, you know, obviously that's compound, so it's scratched. And come right here, this I went ahead and did it with the 2-stage. So that's just with the yellow pad and the black, basically polishing compound. So you can see, if you look down the side of the car, she's gonna need the rest of it tomorrow. So yeah, come back here tomorrow, finish polishing it, and then we're gonna ceramic coat this thing. She's gonna look freaking brand new. So last night was my first night ever messing with ceramic coating. We tested out a couple other things yesterday, but if you could see, this thing just looks like a little bit extra spicy. So it was weird. So when I was applying it, we got about halfway down the hood, and if you looked at this side of the hood and you looked at that side of the hood, like this side almost looked gray, like a little gray, and then coating it with the ceramic and then buffing it off afterward, it's just crazy. Like just the minute difference, but just how crazy it looks. Just the paint looks absolutely amazing now. So, but one of the things that I need to do today is install these rear spats. So I haven't installed these things, and everybody keeps telling me that I need these things on here. So before I put them on, I don't know if you'll be able to see, there's a couple little dirt nibs and stuff in there, and then they have a little bit of overspray from sitting around the shop for so long. But right here, if you guys remember my burnout at the streetcar takeover event where I won the burnout contest, put her in fourth and frickin' let her eat. You can see I got some rubber kind of remaining up under the back of this thing, up in there too. Actually, there's a lot of frickin' rubber in there. Look at that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rubber off of the paint, get these things all polished up, and then there's some little holes kind of right here, like a little bit of a kind of a template or whatever. So basically drill holes right there, and there's a couple little screw holes right here where I could actually install some screws in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some goof off to get off this rubber off of the actual panel. Couple little things to go. It's Thursday. I know the ceramic, I've been being kind of lazy with it and doing some other stuff, but it's turning out really nice. It looks freaking absolutely amazing. And look at that. I mean, that's me. That's me right there. So got these guys all polished up. They look freaking amazing. This one's sitting over here. So now I still just need to pull this rubber off, and then we'll start mounting these guys on here. All right, guys. So this is where we're gonna stop for now, just so I could kind of get a video up for you guys, and so you have a little bit of an update on what has been going on with this thing. I don't know what's been up with me. I've been kind of lazy-ish, procrastinating. So now it is Friday at 3 in the afternoon. We have to leave tomorrow, which is Saturday. We're basically gonna drive through the night and get to Las Vegas at Sunday, and then roll the car into the show Sunday morning-ish, you know, early morning-ish, early afternoon. So I still basically have a day, kind of play with this stuff tomorrow. Still have to do the brakes, still have to do some stuff in there, still going to do some sponsor vinyl on it, and roll it into the trailer. We have to put the new wheels on it because the 18s, and then actually lower it down, set the ride height, get it in the trailer without scraping the bumper, doing a bunch of stuff like that. But as you guys could see, the ceramic coating and basically the full color correction that we did on this thing turned out absolutely amazing. And this is that little kind of line that we did right there. So this almost looks like an OEM body line, like a body gap. Like if you're looking right here, you see that black piece. It's basically what it looks like right there. So we're watching some RWB, you know, Porsche install videos, and actually seen that little trick. And I was just looking at this thing yesterday, and it was just disgusting looking down in the crack and actually being able to see like the, you know, the double-sided sticky tape, and then it was kind of peeling back a little bit, and it was just like, oh, that looks gross. So went ahead and did that. So I'm really stoked with how that turned out. And you know, it'll keep moisture and dirt and dust and all that crap from getting in there and actually kind of vibrating against the paint, you know, peeling off, all that stuff. So that, I think, is going to be it. Stay tuned. I might try to get a video out tomorrow on Saturday, and I think I'm going to try and daily vlog out at SEMA. So that's kind of the plan. We got a big week ahead of us. I'm a freaking procrastinating guy. These last couple of weeks have been kind of weird with content and stuff. Is just, I thought that we were going to have the engine back to the R8 already, and there's been a couple little delays and stuff with that. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys probably tomorrow or at the SEMA show.